YouTube viewers, this is your Moto Machi again on my successful third vlog. Today I have a very interesting topic to discuss about. It's about petrol frauds. Yes, you heard it right. And when I talk about petrol frauds, I mean I really personally experienced, and I personally I'm myself one of the victims in Chennai. I personally did a survey research for past 3 months in most of the petrol bunks in Chennai, and it was shocking to me that it turned out to be that most of the frauds that are happening in Chennai are coming from Bharat Petroleum Bunk. I do saw some fraudulent activities in Indian Oil, but most of the Indian Oil petroleum bunks are really good. But 90% of the fraud activities are happening only in Bharat Petroleum Bunk, and I also found out how they are cheating us. There are actually 3 types of fraudulent activities happening in Bharat Petroleum Bunk. The first one is called a diversion. So once you get into go to a petrol bunk for fueling your bike, so what happens is there will be 2 people standing in the petrol bunk. So one person will be filling up your tank, and the other person will be collecting cash from you. So once for example, if you say that you are going to put petrol for 100 rupees, so what he does actually is he will say he will put all the details in the petrol bunk, petrol station, and he will fill all the details in it. And once he starts filling up the petrol bunk, the other guy who is standing next to him, he will call you and ask how much you are going to put, sir. So you are being diverted there. So you will your attention will be towards him, and he will be asking for money and everything, and he will talk about the bike and stuff and all the shit topics he will open that time only. So once you are talking to him, what the other guy will do he will put for first 50 rupees he will not fill it up. So the next 50 rupees he will fill it up. So you are paying 100 rupees, but you are getting the petrol for only 50 rupees. So this is a first type of fraud. So I have given a name for it, and I call this as a diversion, because you are being diverted. Your concentration you do not be having the concentration on the petrol bunk station. Rather than that, the guy who is collecting money from you will be concentrating on him. So, and that too, it is not your fault if you have been diverted. So obviously you will have no options, only to talk to him. So beware, guys. So whenever you go to a Bharat Petroleum Bunk and if you see 2 people, please be prepared of the consequences what you are going to face. So don't do that. Even if he asks anything about it, just show your hand and say stop it. Once the petrol fills it up, I will talk to you. So say that you're right to his face. You will not feel bad, because they are doing it regularly, and they are not going to feel bad for one client, one customer who is going to do that. So don't feel shy, don't feel bad. Just say it to their face. These kind of frauds should be avoided in Chennai. This is very frequently happening. So now the second type of fraud. So the second type of fraud is called preset. Why I call it preset? There is an explanation for it. See, what happens is, this normally they do it for people who are fueling it for like more than 200 rupees. So if you are fueling it for say 500 rupees, the first 100 rupees the petrol will not come. So only you are getting petrol for only 400 rupees there. So this is called preset. So what happens is they'll just post the settings and everything. They'll change it to some other settings. So if some person comes and fill it for 500 rupees, they are getting petrol for only 400 rupees. So this is called preset. And how I found out, I used to fill it up. Once I filled full tank for my bike in Bharat Petroleum Bunk. That too, it was the petrol bunk is in Adayar near Malar Fortis Hospital, guys. You got to be very careful. These guys are number one in cheating you guys. So beware and be cautious. So I went to that station. I said them I wanted to fill it up. So what he said, first thing is, started filling the petrol bunk. Okay, filling the petrol. So suddenly he stopped at 100 and said, "Oh, you took the petrol bunk, you took the pipe from the fuel tank," and said, "Okay, sir, give me 100 rupees." Then I said, "Bhaiya, I said full tank," and he said, "Oh, sorry, sir, you said full tank. I heard it as 100 rupees." That is the time, and that is where you've been scammed and you are being cheated. So beware, guys. So next time, so what you will do? So you will again, you will not set anything. You will just start fill the petrol bunk. So 100 rupees is already you got to pay. Then again you will be paying for the full tank. So normally you pay for around 500. If you say you are going to fill for 500 rupees, but you are paying it for 600 rupees. That 100 rupees is a scam. You have been cheated there. So beware, guys. This is the second type of call. It's called preset. So what we should do for this kind of scenarios, I have a better solution. I watched one of the videos, YouTube videos. One biker from Bangalore, he gave a wonderful idea. I will also link the description below for that video. You can even go through that. So what he says is actually, do not put petrol for solid numbers like 500, 200, 300, 400 like that. Put for some odd numbers, add some odd numbers to it. Like for 500, if you are going to put for 500 rupees, say that you are going to put for 520 rupees, 530 rupees, 210 rupees, 120 rupees, 110 rupees, like that. So these presets work only for solid numbers, not for odd numbers, not for an odd kind of settings. So if you say that you want to put it for 100 rupees, go and tell him that you want to put it for 120 rupees. It's better, you put for 2 liters. It's okay. 74 is 158 rupees. That's an odd number. It's not a solid number. So you can go and you will not be seated there. And even if you say 2 liters, beware. Please wash the petrol bunk. Please check and do not get diverted. You will be diverted in all scenarios there, and please be very careful. Otherwise, within a jiffy of a time, you will be cheated. That I'm sure, guys, because I have been cheated multiple times, and I literally tried to avoid that, but some or other way they will find some other way to cheat you guys. But finally I got some other tricks to get myself focused while I go to petrol bunk. So this is a second type of fraud. It's called preset. Now number third, it is called blockage. So what happens is, there will be two guys anyways, but this guy, the guy who is going to put petrol for you, will obviously will come and stand in front of you, deliberately will come and stand in front of you, and he will say he will put petrol. He will not allow you to see what is the number that is going on behind the petrol bunk. So obviously you will have some tough time to see how much petrol he is putting in. So that's where you are getting scammed. So, and that too, this also includes diversion. So this guy will do the second guy's part also there. So what happens is you will just he'll just stand in front of the view, and he'll just block it, and he'll start talking to you. He'll talk about bike, and he'll talk about your gloves and coat and helmet and everything, or if you have something in your phone, some kind of phone or something, he'll talk about it, and he'll talk about some political stuff, government stuff, and everything. All bloody shit topics he'll talk that time. So beware, guys. Do not talk to him. Ask him to move away before he puts petrol. Just stop there and look what is happening. The main, to avoid all these scams, I started using one simple trick, guys. I bought myself a funnel. So what happened is, I go to a petrol bunk station. Before opening up the cap, first I'll take the funnel from my bag, and I'll just place it in front of the fuel tank and ask him to put petrol on that. So I know, so that what happens is, he will not able to insert the pipe fully into the tank. So what happens is, you will be seen, the flow of petrol can be visibly seen throughout the time. So this one way I was able to avoid all these scams, guys, and to be true, it actually worked for me. So these are the three types of frauds that is actually happening all over the place in Chennai. I also heard that it is happening same in some other parts of the country also. In Bangalore, I heard that the same kind of scam is happening in Bangalore, Hyderabad, Kolkata, Bombay, Delhi, some of the major cities. It is happening there. So it is so for you to my friends. So what I'm trying to say here is, you got to be careful whenever you go to a petrol bunk, because this is our hard-earned money. We cannot lose it just like that. Even a small rupee matters, guys. So I advise you guys to be very careful. It's okay to look like a stupid guy in front of those people. It's okay. I always feel it's fine. But one good thing is, you are saving a lot of money there. You are not being scammed. Your money is not going to waste. So spending 15-20 rupees, it's fine, guys. This funnel costs you around 15-20 bucks. That's it, not more than that. So what's the big issue there? So my advice is, buy a funnel, keep it with you. Whenever you go to a petrol bunk station, use that. Ask them to fill the petrol with that funnel. So hope you guys love this video. If you like my video, give a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe, guys. And if you have already subscribed, please push the bell icon next to it, so that you'll get notification all the time. And keep supporting me, guys, so that I will upload beautiful and more videos again in the future. And one thing I have to tell before leaving. Sorry, guys, for the delayed posting of videos. I have been busy the last few months, and I was not able to put videos regularly on a constant basis. From November, you see lots and lots of videos from Motomachi, and stay tuned. Till then, it's Motomachi. Sign out. Peace.